That brings me to the third thing, which is the deepest of all of them. In fact, this is the core behind the reason that I built this channel, Silver Warrior's Journey, for men 50 and older. The core reason this channel exists is because of this. Because as men age, as we get older, 50 and older, as we continue to age, we start carrying things in our lives that we don't want to talk about. And that includes things like grief or resentment, isolation. How about invisibility? These are things I talked about in my previous video. The big one, silent rage. We're carrying a silent rage. That's an anger within us. I just talked about that in another video. And of course, the gap. That is the difference between where we were thinking we're going to go to where we are here today. And what happens when those things are not congruent, they're not what we imagine them to be, and we don't like what we see, and we feel uncomfortable with that. So what do? Well, I don't know about you, but in my 3 decades of working as a behavioral health specialist, the hundreds of men that I've worked with, I can say this, including to myself, self-disclosure, being vulnerable, going back in our past and having people into our lives now and exposing who we are and what we've done and what's going on in our lives is very uncomfortable. That vulnerability is a scary place. It's unsafe. We'll feel rejected. We'll feel like, imagine all these things that go through us. And men were never taught how to deal with this, ever. We were never given instructions. There is no 101 book that gives you this. It's something that we have dealt with. And the best way to deal with it, I don't know about you, and this has been my experience, is that we just don't connect with it. We stay quiet. We remove ourselves. We don't want to be questioned. We don't want to have to answer to any of that. We want to let it go. And as a result, we keep ourselves safe because I don't want to share what happened to me in my past. I don't want to share the things that have happened to me that I'm maybe not proud of, or that I'm not necessarily something that I think was an accomplishment that I thought I was going to have in my life. And I don't want to do that. Again, vulnerability equals unsafe. And human beings, men 50 and older especially, we want to be safe. And the only way to stay that way is, again, separate ourselves. So once again, Eddie, from my past, I didn't want to be vulnerable with him, so he's no longer part of my life.